3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, you guys, we're off to Con Expo where we're going to be touring the entire show and looking for the absolute coolest heavy equipment that we can find. Today's video is sponsored by ASV, and they've got a brand new machine coming out called the RT50. And the RT50 is like that perfect landscaper size machine. It's not too big to get into tight sites, but it's not too small that it can't accomplish something. And it's something that I'm actually thinking about buying myself. So we're going to take a closer look at that, along with all of the other cool equipment that we can find at Con Expo. So let's dive right into it. This is brand new by Kubota, and let's start right from the beginning with this thing, John. You guys have done some amazing things with the track design that I think we need to point out.
Yeah, so the undercarriage is really a shrunken version of our very successful SVL undercarriage. What makes this different from everyone else, we have the 9.8-inch wide tracks, and yet the entire machine will fit through a 36-inch gate or opening.
So the machine didn't widen out, but you were able to widen out the tracks.
Yes.
And that's huge.
That is.
It really is. I mean, I'll all day long take the widest possible tracks, which gets me through the muddiest conditions.
Yep.
Without sinking down. But now, is this pure Kubota, or did Toro build this for you? Or?
That's great. So this is 100% designed and built by Kubota. It's actually in a new facility we have down in Kansas City, or actually Abilene.
So I asked John a very point-blank question. This looks like it's just going up against a Toro Dingo or a Ditch Witch. What makes this better?
So how does it outperform it? We have a higher lift hinge pin height, so we can dump into a higher trailer. Because it's a vertical lift linkage, we can dump further into the trailer. Travel speed, fastest in the industry, 5.1 miles an hour. Not only forwards, but in reverse, where some competitors limit travel speed in reverse. So that cycle time of going to the trailer for load mulch, getting to the yard, we will get it done quicker.
And he stays 100%.
Here's a sneak peek at one that I'm working on currently. It should be coming out within the next 2 to 4 weeks, so make sure you guys subscribe and come back. I think this was probably one of the coolest demonstrations at all of Con Expo, and I'm going to be bringing it to you from start to finish. So look for that one coming pretty soon.
You'll be switching to safety. And here comes the AS 700. Once again, actually swing arm. You're going to separate that pallet really quickly. Won't get that close usually. And even cluttered work sites when you need a tight turning radius, maneuvering is easy.
But we still got more cool equipment coming up, like this very next one. Check this one out, you guys. All right, guys. This is actually a dressed up bulldozer. Let's take a walk around it real quick, and then we'll do a tale of the tape for you. So this was prior to the opening of Con Expo, and nobody was around to ask any questions. But the next day, I met the engineer. This is a prototype. Can't say it's a working prototype. All I know is it's a prototype. It's a working prototype? So at this point, that's the most information I know. But I later learned on that this won multiple awards for this design. So let's take a look at it. We've got 170 horsepower, 2,000 RPM, automatic, infinitely variable dual path hydrostatic transmission, 6.2 miles per hour. Comes in at 42,090 pounds. And this is where the most awards were won. The view from this cab is amazing. So you guys tell me in the comments down below, would you like to see the interview I did with the engineer that actually designed this bulldozer? I actually stumbled across him while he was cracking open a beer in celebration because he just won the award for it.
Cool.
All right, next, you guys, let's go check out the RT50. This is a new skid loader that's coming out by ASV, and I'm actually pretty excited about this one. I think it's the perfect size, at least for myself.
Right here, one of the first things you may see is that as I'm standing next to it, it's a mid-size compact machine. So we wanted to go with a machine that was anywhere from the weekend warrior who was out there, but also provide a machine that had enough grunt to help somebody who was in commercial, residential site development, something like that. So at 5,350 pounds and a 1,400 pound rated operating capacity.
Now this is the same chassis and frame as the RT40 over there, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. So what you'll see is you've got a lot of commonality in the chassis. What that means for the customer or the dealers is there's a lot of parts that are interchangeable, but at the same time you've got a larger track base, which is really where we're going to get some of that performance improvement that you get as you step up in a higher operating capacity.
Is the track wider and longer, or what's the difference between the track on this one and that one?
Yeah, so this does have a wider track. So what you see here, this is going to be a 15-inch track, whereas that one over there is going to be more in the 12-inch track range. But at the same time, you're also getting more ground clearance.
What is this one powered by?
So this has got a 49 horsepower Kubota in it, or 50 horsepower Kubota. Then as you move through the lineup, we've also got Perkins, we've got Deutz, and then we've got Cummins. Also, if you look at the engine compartment, this has got a 3-side engine access engine compartment. So something that's neat is you can actually take this, it's got clips here, you can unclip it, swing this shroud down to almost 90 degrees, and then you can even clean your coolers and everything from standing behind it. One thing worth noting, this does run a 60-inch wide track base. So what we're learning as things go along is real estate's increasingly at a premium, right? Job sites are getting smaller, residential, commercial, doesn't matter. So this gives you a machine that can still fit into tight spaces, but at the same time get work done that you may see from mid-size to larger class machines, and at the same time isn't a heavier product, so it's easier to transport, get on and off your trailer, and burns less fuel.
So next, let's jump over and meet Mark and check out the Huddig.
The purpose of this machine is to actually split this up so you actually have a multi-purpose payloader versus a backhoe. Typical backhoes, you're limited to kind of what you can do off the front end of them, and you're limited to what you can do off the back end. This takes a normal style backhoe and kind of ramps it up a little bit.
I see you've also got a forestry head on it.
Correct. So the heart of this beast is being able to run hydraulic attachments and a high rate of speed. So this particular forestry head that runs off of it is around 40 gallons a minute to run this. This machine can run this all day long, no problems, no overheating, no issues from that matter. To the front, you have a, what you would say, kind of like a 930 size wheel loader front end.
Okay.
So you got a front end that's quite purpose-built for a wheel loader size machine. To the rear, you have more along the lines of a 311 excavator size backhoe for boom and boom lifting capacity.
What's up with the bucket?
Yeah, so this is a full man lift that's also associated with a 45-foot man lift that goes with the machine. This machine actually is configured so that you can use it for both a man in the basket and with somebody operating it in the cab, or the man in the basket operating the basket from up in the basket. Travel speed's 23 miles an hour down the track, down the road, and it's fully articulated. So, meaning what that means is obviously it's not only does it articulate like a wheel loader, but articulates as well, so that as you get down, you're saying you go down into a ditch, the whole machine itself is going to bend with you when you go. So.
All right, you guys, well, that's this one. Next up, let's check out a handicap-accessible backhoe by Case.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for the overview. Appreciate
no problem.
it, Mark.
No problem.
All right, guys. So I'm here with Edward. You're the product manager for this, and this is a handicap-accessible backhoe, right?
That's correct, yeah.
All right. So walk me through this thing, because I've actually never seen a setup like this. Do other companies even offer something like this?
No, we're the first to bring this to market. It's accessible chairlift, so anyone that needs better access in and out of the backhoe, this machine provides that. The lift chair we have here lowers all the way to the ground, so you can transition easily from your chair or crutches right into there, and it will raise you up towards the cab and swing into the chair, so you're very close to the chair, the operator's seat in the cab. There's a grab handle at the top in the cab, so you can easily transition in there.
Is it operational right now?
This machine is operational right now.
Is the handicap
yes.
Can we actually see it in operation?
Yes.
I'd love to see how this thing operates. I think this is a phenomenal idea. I think this is, this is beautiful. I love stuff like this.
You can turn it in until the light comes on so you clear the tank. Lower the seat all the way down to an easy level where the person can transition into the lift chair. We'll lower the seat down. The person can transition over. They'll buckle the seat belt right here. Put that armrest down. And then we can raise them up. Then we can turn the chair all the way into the cab of the machine. This allows operators of any ability to be able to get inside the cab of the machine and operate, get into the dirt. Once they're in that operator's seat, we have a hand brake attached to the brakes of the machine, so they can operate the brakes with that handle. And we also have available a hand throttle. So it's a wristband that goes around your wrist and has a handheld throttle like you'd see on a four-wheeler or dirt bike. So once they're in that cab, they can use all of the controls with just their hands. They can use the accelerator and the brake pedal at the same time.
All right, you guys, what was your favorite one today? Now, we've got a part 2 to this video coming out, so make sure you guys stick around to see some more cool stuff. And in fact, in the next part, we go into the case booth where I think I rattle the guy's cage pretty bad. In fact, after I do the interview with this guy on the part 2 video, the managerial staff came up to me and started questioning me. So that one gets a little bit interesting, but make sure you guys subscribe and stick around for that one. And I'm gonna let you go today. Hope you guys are staying safe. God bless, and go get them, you guys. And I'm gonna pop up a couple videos right here. See you on the next one.